we have Viva Lost Value. How's it going, buddy?
Pretty good. How are you doing, Mark?
I'm doing really good. So I ran into you on the last trip that you did that we're going to talk about now. This is your trip report. And why were you going to Vegas? What was the special occasion?
So I was out for my cousin's bachelor party. It was a party of 9 guys, and we were hanging out, and then I booked an extra day on the end downtown solo to get the DJ on. At least that was the thinking when I booked it.
All right. And what was your first day in Vegas? Was that the 6th?
It was Wednesday, I believe. Yeah,
okay,
the 6th.
So the 5th, or wait, yeah, the 6th was Wednesday. Okay. So did I see you on the very first day of your trip, or was that day 2?
Yes. Yeah, it was day 1 of the trip. Technically day 2 if you count midnight, but midnight doesn't count in Vegas.
All right, so let's just talk about your bankroll for this trip. I believe I have a tweet up here that you brought $900, and we're hoping to go home with 4 figures.
I should have specified that the 4 figures was in the wallet and not in the red, because I had you at.
Very nice. Okay, so you're going for a bachelor party. Were you meeting people there?
Yeah, so I had originally booked the Wednesday night thinking I'd get in a night before, and then everyone was going to get there Thursday, and we were going to Utah on Friday to go to Zion, and then, they were flying in from Minnesota, so that was kind of the easiest way to get to Utah.
Right.
But then the bachelor and a couple of his friends who I knew ended up coming out that Wednesday. So I got to hang with them prior to meeting you, which is part of why it got so late.
Right. Okay, so you went on your flight, and I seen some here on Twitter about there was only like 35 people out of 180 on the flight. So that was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Had an entire row to myself. Thought that was a good omen for the trip. Being 6 feet tall, getting that extra leg room is always nice.
All right, guys. So I'm not sure if you can see this. I can throw it on the screen as well, but that is your wallet. But when we met up, you showed me your wallet was completely empty.
The good news is
actually let's play the video clip, because I think I have a video clip here of you showing me your wallet. So hang tight, dude. Here we go. All right, Viva Lost Values is totally jetting out at this point.
We've got life. We have a little life.
How much did you just put in there?
I don't want to do the math. I think 80. But we got life. It just takes one dealt, 4 behind.
I love this guy. This guy is a Vegas legend. Right here.
Don't be like me, kids. Save your money. Be smart.
Oh, okay. So that was actually a different clip, but I'll show the clip of the wallet later. But as we were saying, it wasn't going so good for you, was it?
No, it started off on a rough foot. The empty wallet was down 500. So the good news is that there was still 400 left in the room, which would promptly get lost the next day.
So this was a rough trip for you, huh?
Yeah, it was the first time that I've put up a 4-figure loss.
Wow.
And so that's I know for some people that's like half of the blackjack bet, but
exactly.
For us low rollers, pennies for Vegas and Lost Value, that's a gut punch and then some.
Yeah, that's kind of rough, dude. So when Blair G and I seen you at Bellagio, you're playing video poker, but what is your go-to game in Vegas? Do you have one, or is it video poker, or do you just play slots?
It varies depending. I go through phases. Back in the glory days, it used to be table games when you could get $5 3-2 blackjack, $3 craps at the Fremont, the quarter roulette at El Cortez. Like those were all fixtures. I would say the one constant is Sigma Derby. Gotta love the ponies at the D.
Yes, you gotta hit that up.
like hitting that up and view bar bonus poker progressive are like must hits for me. But other than that, kind of all over the place. Pie poker has been a big one lately. And coincidentally, it coincides with my losing, but I have been on a bit of a slot kick lately.
Okay. We'll show some
The
of
results
the
of those are on display.
right. We'll show some of those pics later. I'll just pop them up on the screen. Some of your posts you did, but so for this trip, you were staying at the Flamingo, were you?
Yep, we were at the Flamingo the first 2 nights, and then the second leg I was at Four Queens for a night.
Nice. All right, so
I gotta
go ahead.
I'm not one to complain about rooms. I'm not high standards at all. I go wherever is free or cheapest. As long as I can like shit, shower, sleep, and leave the room feeling more clean than when I went in, I'm good. But man, it lives up to the moniker the Dirty Bird. That place
it was rough, wasn't it?
Dump. Oh, the first room I went into, like non-smoking always.
Yeah.
And I went in and it just reeked of weed. And it's not just that it smelled like weed and I was worried I was going to get charged for it, but like, it felt like they were like pumping humidity into it. It was so damp. It felt like a Florida swamp. And I just, I never complain. I'm a conflict avoidant Minnesotan. I know Canadians can kind of relate to that too. Like I will, you could bring me a chicken sandwich when I ordered a burger and I'll be like, well, I like that too. I'll eat it. How is it? Oh, delicious. Just what I wanted. But this room, I went down to the front and I was just like, it reeks of weed. Please put me in something else. And it took forever to get someone because they have all those stupid kiosks. And the guy was very unenthused. I was really easygoing and trying to be friendly, and he was just not having it. But I did get a room that didn't smell.
This is awesome. September 6th, you tweet out, yikes, Dirty Bird showing its age on both the 10th and 12th floor. Carpet is nasty, bunched up, worn. Clearly, my $45 resort fee doesn't go to upkeep.
But I could have made a local call if I wanted to for free.
Right. Well, there you go. And apparently you had a really nice lamp.
The lamp was pretty cool.
Yeah, so you hit up Bang Bar?
Yes.
How was that?
Always a treat there. I balled out. I've still got some points. When I come out for my birthday, my buddies kind of gift to me it's all of our spend on my card. So I always rack up a couple hundred worth of comp dollars at Cosmo. And Bang is a place I love to spend them. So I balled out this time. I did the upcharge on the yuzu lemonade, which is basically like a verbena lemonade. It's delicious, gets a little tingly, really good. Nice. And then I got the rice balls, which were incredible, and I will go back for those alone. They were like almost like a gnocchi. They were like these thick kind of like rice like noodles and like a creamy garlic sauce. They were
nice,
10 out of 10. And then I got the U-wrap, which is always solid.
Very cool, dude. So a few months back, or was it over a year ago, you quit drinking. How's that in Vegas? Any problems with that when you head back to Vegas? Because that would totally scare the shit out of me.
It did the first time, because it was, I think on like day 14, my dry January was kind of when it started, and my birthday is the 12th of January. So it scared the shit out of me the first time, but I've come to really enjoy it.
Nice.
I found that I get more Vegas time with it because I'm not waking up hungover. I'm not like chasing a beer. I just kind of go around and do my thing.
Right.
It's really nice late at night when you can, you can tell that everyone else is smashed, and they start like splitting tens and doubling down on a bust hand.
Right. All right. So this is a pretty cool picture of you at the Cosmo. Don't know if you can see that.
Oh
yeah. Yeah.
Got to get the chandelier picture. I feel like I have like that one in Vegas Vicky on my phone every time I go.
All right, so I'm looking at a tweet here. You're talking finally in for $40. It's the piggy game, I think. How'd that go?
I think it might have won like $13 or something. No, it wasn't $40.
The Cronus game.
That was the start of the downward spiral. Put a 20 in, hit nothing, and then my cousin's DGen buddy's like, put another 20 in. I hit it. I should have cashed out when I hit the bonus round and was even. I didn't. Chase that 40 down, put another 20 in until I was down 100 on that thing. By that point, the rest of the bachelor party was long gone, and I was still in Bellagio. And then the subsequent tweets about Regal Riches and dancing drums are just a gambler's tragedy, really.
Right. Yeah, I'm seeing the Regal Riches on here. You finished plus 24 on a cool mechanic game. Know what that was?
Was that it? Is it like a 3-reel?
Yeah.
So that was plus 24, but down 300 because that was when I went up to the room and got another 100, the first 100.
Nice. Let's see what else. You played that piggy game quite a bit, didn't you?
Yep.
Is that like your downfall? Here's a game called The Big Cheese. How'd The Big Cheese treat you?
That one actually came away from that with a little more than I put in.
All right.
Yeah, the piggy games are my kryptonite because I've read the rules. I know that the size of the pig, the size of the coin, does not correspond to the odds of hitting. It has no bearing.
Yeah.
But try telling that to degenerate me in the casino. I'm just like, one more fucking coin and it's gonna pop.
What time do you think I originally messaged you that night? Because I think it was probably, I'm thinking 1 a.m., but maybe I got my time off.
I think you probably first messaged me about like 10:30.
Okay.
And you just said, hey, like we're around, do you want to meet up? And I said, yeah, I gotta make sure that the crew is like in bed.
Okay. Yeah.
And in the time between that first message and when I actually came to meet you at probably 1:45 to I don't know how late it was.
Right.
Went up to the room not once but twice to pull an emergency 100. So we were in full on chase mode. It took me all that time to get out of the Flamingo.
That was awesome, dude. Okay, so this is the perfect opportunity to show the people when we actually did meet up. This was the first video, and you show your wallet. So hang on.
Into the wallet again. Oh dear God. All right, Blair G and I are hanging out with Viva Lost Values. How's it going, buddy?
As you can see, we're doing this.
Oh, we're going into the wallet.
Our workout tonight. There's not much left. We're tapped into tomorrow's budget for sure. We just need one 4 of a kind.
So look at you.
The 4 of a kind did not come.
Was that the point where you were down the 500? Yeah.
You had the honor of watching the final money for that evening.
Oh, okay. Cool. So at that point, you headed back for the night?
Yeah. After I walked back to Horseshoe with you, I just went up to the room and called it a night.
How did this go? This ball game where you're using the claw to hit the balls.
So I running thing with those. I don't play them frequently, but every trip I'll put a 5 in and just give it a shot. Never won. So with my cousin and his buddies, we're like, it's gonna happen. So I won the $10 prize, but I think it took me $20 to get it.
Okay, where was this? Was this Circa?
That was Cosmo.
Oh, Cosmo. Okay,
True.
that's cool. This tweet says, was in for 80. My cousin was horrified. Do you remember what that was on?
There's no picture?
Yeah, it's, hang on.
Oh, yeah, that one. So I introduced my younger cousin to the joys of Cashman Bingo because we were walking by and it was like stacked. It had like 3 spots that were ready to go. So I was like, hey, like I shouldn't play this, but watch me. And it just kept adding more coins, but not the bingo. And I was in for $80 until I finally hit that for 90. It was insane. like how long
Nice.
it lasted. It was just comical. We were laughing and having a good time with it. But
Good
that was
stuff.
like his first taste of me being degenerate, and he didn't even see the worst of it.
Nice. All right, we're talking bubble craps up next. How did you do on your bubble craps this trip?
I didn't play it too much because I honestly can't stand the push the button.
Right.
But my cousin and the rest liked it. So, there was quite a lot of play there. It was kind of fun. I bought in and bet a C&E for $5 and immediately hit it. So I was up to 50, and I think I played it down to 20. So broke even.
All right. So downtown, where's your favorite place to play?
I love them all for different reasons. I'm wearing my El Cortez shirt right
Nice. Very nice.
because it's just a classic. I always try to get down there. Love the D for View Bar and Sigma Derby. I guess if I had to pick a favorite, it's probably there, but it's so damn loud downstairs. I like to kind of bounce around. The Golden Nugget tables have been kind of nice lately. I like Downtown Grand because they have the low roller tables. Fremont's always fun to walk through. I would go to Plaza more if it didn't reek. I can't stand their fragrance. It's way too strong. I smell it on my
I
tap the
know.
next
I
day.
seen you posting about that, and I'm like, El Cortez for me is the worst smell ever.
See,
But
the El Cortez is like a pretty nasty smell, but I love it in a sick way. It feels like home. You walk through those yellow doors and you just feel like you're going into grandma's house.
right.
But Plaza, I can't do, although I do always go to Pink Box Donuts there. I like Circa, but it's a bit loud for me. I always go for 8 East to use my comp there, but it's I know I'm like the prime demographic. I have come around to it, but it's not like my one-stop shop like I know it is for a lot of people.
Okay, let's see. The strawberry basil donut at District.
Never had a bad donut there.
Really? I've never been there. I'll have to check it out.
If you're a donut fan, definitely go. They do sell out of some of like the special flavors like later in the day. So if you can get there in the morning, even better. They've got really good like sandwiches too that are pretty reasonable by Vegas standards on the strip, like under $15 for a really solid breakfast sandwich.
All right, I'll throw this picture up on the screen, but it's at Flamingo. What the hell is going on here, dude?
Sometimes some of the tweets I like to post are just shit that amuses me. That it's like, why is this here? Who thought of this? And that was one of those ones. I was getting my ass kicked. We were actually the DGen and I were joking. We were like, we're gonna find whatever like leftover Tito's are in the machine and put them into a Dragon Link
Nice.
to see if we can get a lucky spin. And we did that. And getting visited by Bandit here, my cat.
Nice.
But as I was doing it, we walked by and I saw that. And I just cracked up. I had to take a photo of it because it's so absurd. And it was one of my more engaged with tweets. It got retweeted quite a bit and was making the rounds.
Yeah, man. 390 or 322, 329. I can't even talk. Likes on that, 24 retweets, 54 comments, went out to 54,000 people. That's pretty awesome. Talk about your sampler ladder at Whiskey Liquor Up. How was that?
It was very underwhelming.
Yeah.
I wanted to like it.
Right.
What were you going to say?
Last time I was there with Bobby G, the wings were not good.
Oh, the wings were horrible. I mean, granted, I'm not a barbecue fan. I prefer buffalo. I still enjoy a good barbecue, but I mean, that sauce was like just like corn syrup thick and not very good. The onion rings were like way too thick and big. Like it was too much onion, not enough breading. The barbecue chips were so seasoned and
oh wow.
I know it's a running thing for a lot of people with me and salt, but these things were just covered in it and just not good at all, like borderline inedible. I kept eating one thinking it would be better and it never got better. And then There was one other thing on it that I think we actually finished, but it was way overpriced for what it was, and it's just kind of, the service was all right.
You played some virtual blackjack, I see. How'd that go?
That was actually probably my winningest session.
Wow.
My cousin's husband was there, and I was hanging with him. He wanted to do it, and I ran up 60 into 90.
That's a win, dude.
Yeah.
All right.
They didn't book it.
You played some Buffalo. How was that for you?
Not great. It wasn't as much of a massacre as Buffalo can be until I got to the El Cortez and chased $100 on the stupid diamond platinum one.
Oh shit!
The 2, 3, 4 times free spins. The amount of dead spins on that is insane.
You used your comps here at Circa.
Yes, 8 East is always a guaranteed win. I get the same thing every time: brisket, fried rice, and then I get the chicken wings, lemon pepper.
Oh, very nice.
And the brisket fried rice is always good. The wings sometimes are really juicy, like top tier wings, and sometimes they're a little dry and they're kind of more middle to top. But
oh, nice.
When they hit, they are some of my favorite wings ever.
Okay, so you got to tell me about this 7-Eleven trip, because is this downtown still, or was this back just off of the strip?
That is downtown. If you walk, that must be north from downtown.
Okay. So Bobby G posted something about that was like one of the scariest places he's been, or something like that. How was it for you?
There's a lot of hyperbole on Twitter. A lot of people are, oh, it's a dump, blah, blah, blah. And, you play into it. It was legitimately, I feared for my safety at a couple points, because like I feel like you can probably have drug deals in less sketchy places. I mean, the 7-Eleven itself is just a very questionable 7-Eleven. And the people around it are just like tweaked out, like this guy like
right
at me, and it wasn't at me, it was at whatever he saw. It was, it's kind of dimly lit. It's a couple blocks off Fremont. I wouldn't want to go there in the day. I would definitely not go again at night. Coming from a cheapskate, I would pay the $10 ATM fee before I would walk.
Yeah, your tweet says, "I cannot believe I'm saying this, but it wasn't worth saving $10 by going to the 7-Eleven."
No. It was, I figured, I can get a Slurpee while I'm there. I did not want to put anything in or near my body from that store.
At this point, you headed back to El Cortez. The tweet says, "Here goes nothing." So just tell us, what was that all about? Were you off to do some big gambling?
So that I had taken $400 out from the ATM.
Okay.
200 for tonight, 200 for tomorrow.
So you'd blown through your first 900 at this point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I gave back in glorious fashion, well hangry, before going to 8 East. I blew through $300 at the overhang bar on triple play super times pay. So that was not a wise choice. So I was like, well, it's a foregone conclusion. So I figured I'd go to El Cortez. I was going to do 100 on tables, 100 on slots. Save the rest. Long story short, ended up blowing all 400 on slots that night.
Wow.
And there's a couple hits on there. There's a lot more frustration. And then there's just, this night is over.
So for this day, what would you say your best win was? You mentioned the bubble craps was good to you, right? Or no, the virtual blackjack was good to you. But outside of that,
I went on a bit of a heater at the Golden Nugget because I ran up $60 into like 300. And in retrospect, should have cashed that out, but hindsight's 20/20.
Right.
I knew an ATM trip was in the future, so I figured, well, maybe I can keep playing this 300 down and not have to hit the ATM. And then the hungry decisions ensued at Circa.
All right. Oh, this is awesome, dude. I gotta show this. My $290 ice cream bar.
Yep. And I got 2 of them. They were
You got two?
$2 each.
Crazy, buddy. All right. So I see here you went to Pink Box. How does that compare to the other donut shop in the district there?
So I would say Pink Box has way more selection. I mean, there's probably 30 or 40 flavors in there versus District, 8.
Yeah.
They're good in different ways. I know it's kind of, I think Pink Box is my go-to downtown and District is my go-to on the Strip. I can't really, it's like picking a favorite kid. I love them for different reasons.
All right.
I'd say you crave variety, Pink Box all the way, but District has kind of like, it's really tough to decide what to get at Pink Box because there's like 17 things that look good. Whereas at District, it's a lot easier to pick the one you want.
All right. Now, is this your last day of the trip?
So the El Cortez debacle where I lost the 400 was like the evening before, and then I had a full day. But it kind of ended up being my last real gambling day because I was so snake bitten after that.
You're right. I see you did some ponies at Sigma Derby. That would be your last day, would it?
Yeah, the last day I can tell you exactly off the top of my head the gambling that I did because
tell me about it.
I had $10 of free play from the El Cortez that I'd forgot to use the previous night. So I went there, played video poker on quarters, just cashed it out once I hit the thing. I hit a dealt straight, so I ended up cashing out $8.75. I took the $8, put 75 cents into a Dragon Link, spun it, did the lucky chance, just cut that loss.
Right.
So I made $8 off the 10. I was like, cool, after last night, I need a win where I'm up 8. Then I walked to the Arts District, just kind of killed time, which was pretty cool. Never been there before. And then I went to Sigma Derby, and I think I put in like $7 or $8. I think I put the 8 in, so I was like even, got some good entertainment. I don't think I hit a single one, actually, which is
yeah, I didn't do so well in September either.
It was fun, I live for the hope of a 200 to 1. That's how I'll know I made it in Vegas. But then I had thought about playing some dollar blackjack at Downtown Grand, but I opted to go to Pizza Rock instead because the table was full. And then I went to the airport, and I was going to be a good boy.
You had some nice balls at Pizza Rock.
Nice big balls.
Yeah, nice and juicy.
So, and I got the Cal Italia on happy hour, which is always delicious.
Oh yeah, that's great. Their happy hour is amazing, isn't it?
I keep waiting for them to fuck it up. It's like the last like remnants of old pre-COVID happy hours.
Right. Yeah. True.
And the fact
all the good happy hours are gone.
Yeah, it's rough. And they even got rid of Bird Bar at the.
Oh yeah.
I mean, used to be the 5 o'clock somewhere bar, and it used to be nickels, and then it was 50 cents, and it was like it's like. Yeah. But yeah, then I got to the airport, and I was going to be a good boy and not gamble at all, and just go home with a win. But then I decided I put a 20 in video poker, and I said if I double or nothing, and then I ran it up to like 30 and just played it down to 20, and I was like, I'm just going to keep it. But then I saw Lula, which is the new one that I hadn't played before, and I put the 20 in there, hit a feature, and cashed out up 15 on it.
Hey, that's good. Good for you, buddy. Good for you.
I needed that small victory to go home on because it was just a complete and thorough ass kicking.
All right, dude. So that was an interesting trip.
Yeah.
Would this be your biggest losing trip, or?
Yeah, by probably almost 2 times my biggest losing trip.
Wow.
I've went into 4 figures.
All good though, buddy. Well, we love your trip report, so keep on bringing them. Long as Twitter's around or X is around, we'll see.
It's always Twitter to me.
Yeah, for sure.
They'll keep coming as long as they don't charge me. I will not.
Exactly. Yeah, I'll be out. If they start charging, I'll definitely be out as well. So
we'll something new at that point.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for doing this, buddy. We will catch you next time.
Yes, hopefully next time with the winning trip.
That's right. All right. Thanks.
Of course.